Here's an area I call the dog's head. Potentially there's drops around the back, top, eyes, neck, and surrounding area. So I angle where potentially I could see drops between the tiles. I heard one, so I stayed here. If I didn't see or hear one, I would move to another area.
Arena shrinking!
I didn't see anything between those tiles that I mentioned, but I could hear a drop behind me, so I'll move to that location. I didn't see or hear anything at the starting point I was at, so I'm moving to the eagle's head. The eagle's head is just above the dog's head. Always look around on the way to a drop. Just potentially there's other drops in the area. So there wound up being a drop just above the eagle's head. Over on the left, you can see just a little bit of the mountains. That's an area I call up the hill. Just north of the eagle's head, I call this up the hill. There's potentially 3 drops in this area, and I moved because the starting area I chose didn't have any drops in it. So I moved up here and there's 2 drops. Not high or mid-level, but a start. I see a drop down near the eagle's head, so I'll head down there and see if I can get a higher or at least a mid-level drop. I'm up the hill north of the eagle's head, and before the tiles pop up, I see a flash of a drop. So I'll move to make that my starting point, so I'll be right next to this drop. I don't see or hear anything in this area. I actually call the Vase, so I'm going to move to an area that I call the bat's head. Potentially there's a drop on either ear. So I could hear that there's a drop on the left ear of the bat's head, so that was a good move. At least I'm next to a drop. Another attempt trying to find a drop at the Vase. I didn't hear anything, so let's go to the left ear of the bat's head. There isn't anything on the left ear, so let's go over where I see a drop on the right ear. I park near the left ear facing west, and I didn't hear a drop on the left ear, but I saw one on the right ear, so I'll move to the right ear where I saw that drop. This next area I called the Vase. I initially started somewhere else, but I didn't see or hear anything, so I'll move to the right side of the Vase. I'd like to look around in the area on the way to a drop, just in case there's other drops and potentially a real high level drop. I angled just slightly northwest, so if there's a drop ahead of me, which there is, I can see between the tiles, but I can hear one just to my right, so I'll start here and then head over to that for the next drop. I started up the hill north of the Eagle's Head. I didn't see or hear a drop, so I'm going to move over to the right side of the Vase. Starting at the top right edge of the Vase, and before the tiles pop up I can see a flash of a drop, so I'll move my starting point to where I think that drop is at. Started in the same area. They're taking that level 4. I'll head over here and it winds up being a level 7 Jeep Trail Cat. So that wound up working to my benefit, them taking the lower drop. That was that vehicle at the beginning that I got into a head-to-head with, so you can see how I went from a level 7 to a level 8 very quickly in this game. This is the top right edge of the Vase I'm starting at, and you can see that flash of a drop before the tiles appeared, so I'll move down the right side of the Vase where I believe that drop is located. I don't see or hear anything on the left side of the Vase, so I'm going to move to the right side of the Vase, which is this dirt road between these houses. I'm at the top right edge of the Vase, and I can see a drop between the tiles, and I'll move my starting point where I'll be around the middle of the Vase where I think that drop is at. I didn't see or hear anything at the area I started at, so I'm moving to the thumbs up of the fist. Well, it doesn't always work out, so I'm going to head, and I'm fast forwarding this, to that Vase area which is northwest of the stadium. I'm at the thumbs up of the fist. At first I thought about relocating, but I decided to take my chances because potentially there's multiple drops around here. We'll give it a shot. I'll fast forward this, but you can see that there's multiple drops this direction. I'm at the thumbs up of the fist. I'm angled slightly northwest, so if a drop pops up, which it does, I can see it ahead of me, and I'll move my starting point next to where that drop will be. This is an area I call the bird's head. I'll start at the eye. Potentially there's a drop right here, just northeast of here, or on the bridge that'll be just west of this starting point. I can see there's one right here, one to the left, and I look behind me just real briefly to see if there's one on the bridge behind me or near that greenhouse. I didn't see or hear anything in the area I attempted to start in, so I'm moving to the eye of the bird's head. I look behind me just briefly. I don't see anything, so I'm heading over to this drop and see what this is. Winds up being a level 2. And then I see other drops over the other side of the bridge, so I head over that direction to see if I can't get a higher drop.
Arena shrinking.
I think this level 1 winds up flipping and resetting because you can see the dot kind of disappear. So I wound up getting this level 5 right in front of them. I wind up hearing a drop right next to me at the eye of the bird, so I'll stay here. Here's an area I call the greenhouses. I'll park just left of this red shed. There's potentially 3 drops here. One behind me I would hear, one on the left I would see, and by being angled slightly southeast, one would pop up between the tiles. I see one just to the left, so I'll move to the paved road behind me so I don't spin my tires on that dirt road. That was a lower level drop, so I didn't bother with it. I'll angle through these greenhouses because I see 2 drops over here. Trying to keep farther to the right, avoiding this tree and that building that's on the left. And there's other drops over this way, so as you can see, I'll head over here and I wind up finding this DeBerti 150 level 5. Good start. I'm starting next to that red shed in the greenhouse area I mentioned, and to my left I see a level 9 Fiesta. I'll move to the road behind me, even though it's farther than the dirt road. On the dirt road, as I mentioned, you'll wind up spinning your tires and someone could take the drop just before you. Here are some of the areas that I like that I've gone through. Hopefully that'll help you win more games, get off to a good start playing the Eliminator. Good luck to you, and I hope you enjoy this game as much as I do.